Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 600. That's right, 600. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book, but you're having some trouble getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Writer Wednesday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can turn someone who barely sees themselves as a writer into a published book author. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Comedy tends to come out of things which are quite painful and serious. Helen Fielding. Great quote about comedy there. And this week, what I have done, this is the third day of a little series we've been doing where I've compiled my favorite lessons in my three pillar areas, my favorite lessons of the year in writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. So if you missed the first two, on Monday, I covered my top three writing fundamentals habits. That was episode number 598. And yesterday, Tuesday, I don't know what day it was Tuesday. Tuesday, it was December 1st, episode 599, I shared my top three mindset tips. So today, wrapping it up with, and this has to be like my favorite type of writing habit. You've probably guessed that if you listen to the show regularly. Here are my top three productivity lessons of the year. This was really hard to narrow it down to, of course. But productivity tip number one, and of course, it's going to come from my favorite book on habit building, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And it's to consider each time you take an action that you're trying to turn into a habit, a vote for that new habit. Now, I love this because this way, if the habit building process is a little sporadic and you remember to do the habit one day, but then maybe not the next day, maybe longer, little gaps in between, you don't worry so much, even if there's like gaps in between the habit, because you see it as every time you do the thing, whether it's, once a week and then maybe you do it in, another few weeks, hopefully not that long, but every time you do the thing, that's one vote. And the more votes you have in favor of the new habit, the easier it will be to do it, to set that habit. The scales will start to tip in favor of the new habit. And eventually, once you've done the thing more often than you've not done the thing, in other words, once you've accumulated more votes in favor of the new habit, well, there you go. There's your new habit. Therefore, every time you write is a vote to make writing a habit. Maybe even your daily writing habit. Maybe a daily habit. Vote for your future habits through your daily actions. Productivity tip number two, another one of my favorites this year. Avoid the trap of being an all or nothing perfectionist. As in, you cheated on your diet one day, so you get discouraged and you quit and you go back to your old eating ways. The author version of this is, you start writing your book, then you don't work on it for a week, so you get discouraged and you quit writing your book. Nothing worth having is an all or nothing proposition. Everything valuable is a long-term, step-by-step process that requires perseverance and inner grit that brings you back to the thing that you want to do over and over, one step at a time. Whether the thing is exercise, eating right, writing a book, any hobby you're trying to learn, anything that you want to commit to. Even on bad days, find a way to chip away at your goal, even for 5 minutes at a time. And finally, productivity tip number three, my third favorite of the year. Train yourself to become aware of the triggers that drive you to distraction. For instance, maybe it's being tired or the opposite, like sugar highs and stress, the things that cause you to automatically start scrolling on your phone, getting on Facebook, going down the rabbit holes, all the, various time wasters, versus focusing your brain on more productive, creative tasks, like squeezing in a half hour of writing time instead of hours of Netflix time. So that's the tip, is become aware of the triggers that drive you to distraction. Another book recommendation for you to learn more about this. I highly recommend the book Indistractable by Nir Eyal, E-Y-A-L, and he was a guest here on the show a couple years ago, which was awesome when he launched his book Indistractable. So those are my top three productivity tips of the year. Hope these make you productive, happy writers out there. And as always, thank you for joining me here on your daily writing habit. where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And I hope to see you in my Inc. Authors group on Facebook for motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more. And thank you for helping me celebrate episode number 600 here on the show. It doesn't seem like it, and then sometimes it does. Really appreciate you all. Until tomorrow, happy writing.